Today I'm bringing to the channel two new RC airplanes, the Flying Fish and the Mobula, a flying wing. Both are very small, fly great, and you can put your FPV gear on them. So let's take a look. Let's start with the Flying Fish, which is a classic airplane, but it's a twin motor. And if you choose the PNP version, which is the version I have, you'll get all the electronics except for the battery and radio system. There's another version available for purchase, which is the FPV, which will include the FPV gear. As you can see, the motors are very small, but they're very powerful, as you will see in a second, and it has some extra space on top of the fuselage where you can put your flight controller or FPV gear. It comes with all the servos and push rods already mounted and connected to the control surfaces. I'm just gonna tighten them a little bit. It comes with all the screws, cables, extra propellers, and almost anything you need, except for the receiver. I'm going to put my own receiver and battery. The battery connector is an X330, which is the smaller one. If you don't have that kind of connector in your batteries, just change it and you'll be ready to go. The plane is very easy to put together. Most of the hard work has been already done, and it's a matter of just finishing the details. For this plane I'm using 500 mAh LiPo batteries 3S, which is enough power for this plane. You can even use 2S and should be enough. Of course, this plane comes with a user manual in case you have any question, but it's very straightforward. The location of the CG is indicated under the wing, so it's very easy. There are a few extra pieces of foam included in the kit that are used to close the hole in the nose of the airplane, which is used to put the camera, but in my case I'm not gonna use any cameras, I'm gonna use it. And there are a few other things that, you can use to mount the camera. And if you're wondering how powerful these motors are, I'm going to hover the plane like this, and there you see that the power is more than enough. And right there I'm just hovering at about 60 or 70% in the throttle, and that's a lot of power, too much power for this plane. The weight of the plane is 215 grams, ready to fly, so it's under the 250 grams mark, which is perfect. Of course, that's not including the FPV gear. Now let's put together the Mobula or Mobula flying wing, however you wanna call it. Unlike the Flying Fish, this one doesn't come with everything mounted, so I have to do my homework and put all the servos, wiring, and do all of that. Fortunately, it's just a flying wing, so it just takes 2 servos and the rest is very simple, but it takes a little bit of time. It comes in 3 versions. You can buy only the kit, the PNP, which is the one I have, but it's supposed to be assembled, but it's not. And then there is the FPV PNP, which includes also the FPV gear. If you want to buy any of these planes, I'll leave the links in the description below. It's an affiliate link, so it will help the channel and it's the same price for you. Same as the Flying Fish, it will include extra pieces of foam to cover the camera hole and things like that. So I started assembling the wing, which took me a couple of hours. And unfortunately, there was a mistake made in the right wing in the factory, where the hole where the main carbon fiber spar goes was not made. So I had to do it by myself, which was not supposed to come like that. But anyways, I just had to do it myself. This is the ESC included in the kit. I had to solder it. They include the wire and the connectors and everything, but it took a little bit of time as well. And of course I had to glue the foam parts, including the wings, and for that I used UHU pour, which is perfect for foam. I set up my receiver, radio and center of gravity, and the weight of this plane is more than 250 grams, unfortunately. But after everything is done, we're ready to go. So let's go out and fly both airplanes. I'm just gonna leave you alone for a second and just take a look at how it flies, and then I'll give you my opinion. I'm gonna start saying that I didn't expect that wing to fly that good, but it did fly good, and it was very stable, good handling characteristics, and it didn't enter in weird spins or anything like that, and I could, you know, go and have fun with it. I would recommend shifting the center of gravity a little bit forward, just a tiny bit, maybe 3 millimeters or so, because that's, for me, I think I had more stability like that, but that depends on what you want to do. Pros and cons about this wing: well, it has a huge pro, which is flying characteristics are great, it flies very nice, it's really fun, it's very small and portable. And cons, well, it didn't come pre-assembled, so I had to invest a lot of time, you know, putting it together. And also it had that small manufacturing mistake with the right wing that I had to fix myself. It's more than 250 grams, but apart from that, it's very good. I would definitely recommend it. One thing that is very normal with these kind of planes is that you have to launch it very well, otherwise you will crash it. So just give it a good throw, not too hard and not too soft, and also apply about 50% throttle to take it into the air. And to fly with enough confidence, take your time to trim it and apply some exponential curves in your radio. And now is the turn of the flying fish. As you can see, this plane is very stable, very easy to take it into the air, and it's kind of boring in a way because it doesn't need too much input from your side to maintain it in flight. But that's actually good if you want very stable flights, if you're learning how to fly, even FPV, you're not getting too much shake on the camera, and this plane is just rock solid in the air. Now, don't get me wrong when I say boring, because this plane is very capable and also very powerful and can be very fast. I actually need to set up a dual rates in my radio to be able to fly at high speed at the maximum throttle using a 3S battery, because it becomes really sensitive. One thing I didn't like is that the top hatch was not secure, so it can fall off very easily. I just had to use some tape. Here you can see how it fell off and it just dropped to the ground. But in general, it's a great plane. And as you know, it's very powerful, and to demonstrate that, I'm going to do a vertical takeoff. In conclusion, the flying fish is easier to fly, it's lighter, and all the hard work is being done for you. The Mobula wing takes a little bit more time to put together, it's a little bit harder to fly, but still is very stable and very good. And both of them are a great platform for FPV. I don't think the flying fish will take Lion batteries because of the space. The Mobula wing we have to see. And both planes are very durable after crashes, and they are great. Completely recommended. I'll leave the links in the description below. Remember, there are affiliate links. I hope you liked this review, and I'll see you next time.